or not, because apparently there's been a lot of power outages and stuff like that that's already affecting the area that I'm at. And I don't know if it's from the storm or anything like that. I don't know, but their Wi-Fi apparently in a lot of the areas is completely down. And so I have to, that's what was wrong this.
She's talking a bunch of nonsense. While she's doing that, I'll point out that this right here, you have to be a subscriber for 5 days before you can chat, which means other viewers can't point out misinformation and such, and creates a silo, and it is very, very dangerous.
Food. You know, I miss it's an experience to be at a Trump rally. I do hope one day it becomes safe enough where he can do an outside rally again, because nothing ever changes an outside rally. I mean, whether you're hot, burning up, or whatever, it's just an amazing event, you know. And you have like the rows where you can get Trump swag, and the food, you know, the food trucks and stuff that are out there. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. Hey. Regina, Jules, Emma, Suzanne, it's nice to see you. Jesus loves Brenda, so does the Bullhorn Betty Show. Regina, it's nice to see you. Jenny, oh, our beautiful Crystal Pistols. A little bit of everything. It's nice to see you, my love. Cindy, oh, our beautiful Karen, it's nice to see you, my love. Sadie, Sonia, I'm wearing my shirt. I was talking, oh my gosh, I said the JC word today. I sure did. Something happened, and I was sitting right next to Miss Sharon, and I said, Miss Sharon, I'm so sorry. You know, because her personality and your personality, she's much older, but your personality and her personality remind me of it. And I started talking to her, she's like, oh, you're okay, I heard worse, you know. And you know, I've said worse. And I'm like, as a matter of fact, because I was wearing this shirt, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. I said, you know what, I have never known Sonia to lie before until she made this shirt for me. And she looks down at it, she's got a kick out of it. She knew immediately what was wrong with it. It's like, you don't cuss a little, you cuss a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Livy, it's nice to see you. Michelle, it's nice to see you. Kelly, it's nice to have you. Vicky, Natalie, who else do we have? Patricia, Sweet Jones, it's nice to see you. Mia Bride, Kay, I think I already said hi to you, Regina, but I'll say hi again. Hey, Regina. Vicky, Stacy, Karen, it's nice to see you. True Crime Addict, Connie, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Donna is up in the house, followed by Tippy Toes. Crystal, Lisa, Rhonda, it's nice to see you all. Rosebud, did I skip over someone? I said hi to you, Emma. Peggy, Mama Bear, it's nice to see you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Curly Girly, it's nice to see you. I'm curling up a little bit, but I think it's the humidity. I surely do. I think it's the humidity. I need a shower. I feel ugh. But I like it. I do like the arenas, though. West Virginia Holly Girls, nice to see you. Miss Lee, Mom of 3. Don't forget, she's got a new FC. Was it FC? I think it's. I might have screwed it up for you. I'm sorry, but you got to go there. I think one of my mods still have a link for you. So they can drop that down there. Go over there and help support a great supporter of the Bullhorn Betty channel. If there's something you like, grab it up. Make sure you don't forget to tell us about it. Tell us about it. Because, you know, like Sonia, I got my shirt. See? It says, I love Jesus. You guys can't have it because you cuss a little bit more than me. You know, I bet you do. Especially the ones in the bushes. They're cussing right now, I'm sure. Izzy, it's nice to see you. Bobby, Mullins Girl, it's nice to see you. Timu, Hash Brown, hey, love. Me and you. I think, oh, Missy's up in the house. Hey, honey. I hope your mom is doing well. And that goes for, love it too. I hope your mom is doing well as well. Chris, it's nice to see you. Big Mac Mike is up in the house. Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Sheila, Ella, Patty, and anybody else that I missed. We got quite a few people in here. So I'm just going to say hi to a whole bunch of you. SPED teacher, it's nice to see you. Pam, it's nice to see you as well. If you guys asked a question before I got down to the bottom, you might want to re-ask it, because I just passed over a whole bunch of them. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm telling you the truth. Funny, Betty, but I have to admit I slip on a small cuss word. I do too. But this one wasn't a cuss word. I swear. I just used the Lord's name in vain. I just didn't cuss. That's all. But I told her about that. I said, I didn't know. I've never known Sonia to be a liar until she made this shirt. I'll pray for you, Sonia. It's the least I can do. All the prayers you've given me. Hey, Nikki, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. So I was thinking about something, you know, with everything going on and stuff like that, and we're finding out a little bit here and a little bit there. You know, it's all kind of confused, but we're still finding out a little bit here and a little bit there about what's going on up there in Tennessee and stuff like that. And I was reading an article or a little snippet of an article, and it said something about the DA reviewing it. And it just dawned on me, the DA is going to go through my videos here on this channel. And I can't think of a better use of that DA's time than to hear the commentary and the work that we've done. So I just keep wondering, you know, if this is Katie, if this is, you know, the Bauer Sox, which it looks like it possibly is, that would be a great idea for law enforcement and the DA. As a matter of fact, the DA, I've been all up in my videos. We've done a lot of work. We have done a lot of work. I keep wondering if they sealed their fate. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be playing tug of war with my mama. True crime. I think my mama loves her fur granddaughter. My mom was telling me because I got this little this little satchel thing, that goes over it. She kind of just slips right in, that you can carry her, because she's one thing I noticed about her, she's very needy, she's very she doesn't like being alone. She has separation anxiety. I noticed that with her, and so she wants you always touching her or being around her some way, some form. It's sweet, and quite frankly, she's my dog. I want her kind of like that anyways, right? So I'm glad that she's, I want her to have her independence so she doesn't get like bored. She's, she learns to play by herself, and I'll play with her too. But I noticed that so anyways, I took this little thing and I told my mom, I said, I just got it. I put her in it a couple times just to see how she'd do. I said, I thought she did pretty well. I said, but I didn't know if you were gonna leave or go to the store. I thought I'd bring it. I said, I just kind of stick her right in, I just dangle her feet. It's got a little zipper and everything, but there's no need to. She's so tiny. All you gotta do is line her up to the hole, And so anyways, my mom's a clean freak, okay? She's just an absolute, utter clean freak. And so she vacuums her house. Like, I'm sure she vacuums it in the morning if she still does what she did when I was a kid. I haven't lived with my mom in quite a long time. So I don't know her habits, her morning habits, if you get my drift. And so she was telling me, she's like, oh, she loved it. I think my mama loved it more. She had this little satchel. She had this little baby poopy up in it, and she's just vacuuming. She can just go around. She doesn't even have to worry about trying to watch this little puppy run around or anything. She can get her housework done. Right? So my mom's like, oh, she loves it, and she just can't. I think my mom was tickled pink with it, because it sounded like mom liked the little extra, the extra weight. But she did. Apparently, Delilah did amazing while mom cleaned the house. Maybe we found a new way to clean the house when we have puppies. Stick them in a little thingy. Yeah, who knew? We were doing it wrong all these years, who knew? I'm behind you 100% in Fayetteville, Tennessee. If you need me, just let me know. Oh, great. Well, we're going to need you out there on February 26th. I got use for you. Hey, BHB, good to see you. Hanging tough, lady. Yeah, it's been, like I said, I've had an eventful day today. Oh, Sweet Jones gifted 1 Bullhorn Betty membership. If you received your Bullhorn Betty membership, don't forget to tell her thank you. Oh, I know who got it. True Crime Addict. Welcome to the crazy family. Crazy Moon, it's nice to see you, my love. YouTubers should stick together on this one, because they could be the next one, in my opinion. Absolutely. But you know what? To be honest with you, the only people this is affected. Remember, one of the reasons why a lot of these channels hate us is because we're boots on the ground, right? That's why they target us, is because they're sitting at home with their thumb up their ass, and we're out here working really hard, and spending real money to find answers to this stuff, right? So, for most of them, they would probably prefer that they can just sit at home and everybody just be the same. I can sit home and do absolutely nothing, act like I care about these cases, but not really show I care about these cases, right? So it's, one of the reasons why we've been attacked so much on this platform is because we are boots on the ground. We go out there. People walk up to us and tell us information. We knew what happened in Leilani's. Dolly and I literally found out just about everything we needed to know related to Leilani's case within 24 hours of us being boots on the ground. Everybody's like, oh, she probably just, fell asleep and he drowned in the pool, or this, and it's like, no. That's absolutely not what happened to that boy. We knew that within 24 hours of us putting our boots on that ground, right? Summer Wells, we all have our opinions. We at this point, I think what Tennessee does, now this is just my opinion, for anybody out there, which I say, do your own damn research, bring your own damn opinion, right? But I think it's because they never found her body. And I don't see Tennessee really, every case that I review in Tennessee, I haven't found a nobody case where their prosecutors had to build a case off of circumstantial evidence. So it doesn't seem like they have the palate for that, or the ability to do that, either with their current laws in the book. And I have to think a lot of their laws are similar from state to state with a few nuances, And if that's the case, they need to start looking into these other states that are successful in their nobody cases, Forensic technology this day and age can really seal the fate for a lot of these people, Whenever you don't know what happened, you follow those digital footprints. Those have been amazing, and that's where a lot of people get their circumstantial cases. Look at Brian Koberger, right? Brian Koberger, without that speck of DNA, he would have been a circumstantial case. But again, we don't know what is going on. But I can tell you that when I'm there, there is a sense that there is something in that community where they know that there's something is off with Chris and Katie. Period. They know something's off. The neighbors know something off. The people in the community know something's off. They're becoming the laughing stock of their community. They're the laughing stock of YouTube. And now we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, they have no earthly idea lying under oath, intentionally and willfully lying under oath. Both parties, the Bowersox and the Proudfoots. The news called KP for a response, and no response from KP. Yeah, because once again, she thought she was going to do dirty under the, they don't want attention on them. And not only did they not just put a bright shining light back on them, right, on a worldwide case. Oh, that's not going to get attention of everybody. Right? So they're wanting this to die down, but they do stupid crap like this, like lying under oath and stuff like that, and stir the crap back up for them, and then they want to go silent and say everybody's picking on them. Well, you know, you're missing a kid if you've forgotten. It's not about Bullhorn Betty. It really is about Sebastian Rogers. But I think these parents have forgotten that. I think after February 26th, it was like, okay, he's gone. Let's get back to life. That's not how it works in the real world. I don't know what deluded fantasy world they're on, but there's a lot of people looking for this boy, and they're not going to stop. And there's a lot of people looking directly at Chris and Katie Proudfoot, and they're not going to stop. Okay? I have my opinions, and I'm going down where my information leads me is exactly what I'm doing, you know? And I am lawfully able to do so. If they don't like it, that's not my problem. But them lying under oath is. But I'm glad to know that now we absolutely 100% know the district attorney is looking at the Bullhorn Betty channel. And I have to think that we've covered quite a bit on this channel, much like everybody else. And I'm sure it's not going to be much different than the information. As a matter of fact, I think law enforcement has a lot more information than obviously we do. But we have different angles at it. Like, you know, what about this, February 26, 2020, or 2016, the date of Katie's filing, and exactly 8 years from that date, he's gone. And literally on the 5-month anniversary of her child gone, she decides to file a false report. The 26 seems a little significant to this woman for some reason. Does anybody know why? If you know why, please reach out to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I should be careful about saying that, right? I might put them in fear for their life. Holy shit. Important message in Gmail. I'll read it. Hey, Cheeky Chops. It's codependent. Yep, she is codependent. She just loves her mommy. I talk to her every day. I get to see her beautiful face. It's nice to see you, Cheeky Chops. Alan G, good evening, everyone. Hello. He said what on whose channel? I don't. And be careful putting people's full. She's a whale. So if you want to talk about that lady, you can call her a whale, and we'll know who you're talking about. Okay, you don't need to call her by name in my chat. Okay, because we don't really kind of. And I know you didn't mean to, but we just don't plug hate channels and channels that protect bad guys on this platform. Our platform's much bigger, so we don't want to give them any credit. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't deserve it. 2064. Yeah, that was good. It was nice seeing him. The arenas are harder, man. They're really hard. They're hard to strategize. This was a difficult one. We had to call in, you know, we had to get in the expedited line, get our bins. We had to do some maneuvering. These arenas, man, these arenas are tough. You know, we didn't get in the front row in the arena. We did not get in the front row. But in all fairness, we were in the first row available to the general public. We were in the first row to the general public. So we technically were not in the first row, but we were in the first row. And he even said something. He's like, why are you guys not in the front row? We tried. The arena sucked, Trump. That's why. It's hard. We have to strategize, you know? We have to strategize. We're not used to the arenas. We're used to, you know, huge fields. We got a good strategy. You know, we pull in days in advance just to get our plan together on our strategy on how we're getting our butts from the back of this area over here to the very front of that line. Okay? And trust me, sometimes it's not easy. But we did get some help. Thank God the expedite gods were alive in this one, so we were able to get some expedited bans, which helped us, you know, it just helped us a little bit. But it was tough. But we got as close as we could get in an arena. Okay, I think we've gotten closer in other arenas, but this one was all weird because they screwed well, I shouldn't say that. We got there, you know, several days in advance, and then we have to wait until the line is up, right? And then once, you know what, I didn't see this. Hold on, I missed over. Oh, Tony, I didn't even see there. I just happened to see a peek, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I gloss over? Maybe I haven't gotten down to you yet. God bless you. Thank you so much. So we get there, you know, in this we call it Disney, right? It's the serpentine, right? We call it Disney, and so it hadn't been set up yet, and we're sitting there. We're like, well, you know, we can just put our stuff up there, and they're like, no, okay. So then we go ahead and what was it? So we talk to them. They tell us where the front of the line will be before they start setting it up. So we go, and you know, I come back here, and then I meet them for lunch, and then we go back and we find out that it all is set up. And then we already see some people standing in line, or not standing in line, but they were out by the road. And we're like, okay, well, they're not in the line. So, you know, we just went straight up to the line and put our stuff where we were told the general admission line was. The problem was we needed to be in the expedited line. So that's where all the hinky stuff came in. So long story short, we ended up getting to the front of the line for general, because they had 2 rows of reserves. And so we saw, I shouldn't say reserve. So we had reserve seating up here, then we had VIP, and then we had the first row of general admission. And so the first row of general admission, we're dead center in the stage, but we're not VIP. I mean, they have gold bands. I get one of these. Well, I get a green band or an expedited band. I got an expedited band around here somewhere. There's my expedited band right there. There's my expedited. And they already got the expedited ones with Trump and Vance on them. I'll be darned. And this one only has Trump on it. There must be, well, they must have ordered a lot of green bands because these are usually the general admission bands that they use in general admission. But I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be changing these out for Trump Vance. I just realized this one has Trump and Vance on it. I didn't notice that earlier. So that's kind of cool. So, anyways, the day was great. The only thing I didn't like is all we had to eat is hot dogs. If you guys know anything about me, that's like my least favorite thing to eat is hot dogs. So, anyways, I figured I'd come on here for a little bit, just say hi to everybody, let you know that today was a great day, you know, but we need to get back to Sebastian. We're not going to let these stupid distractions distract us away because, you know, obviously we're shaking some trees. If they're acting this way toward me and nobody else, I mean, like Terry Lynn's out there searching for the kid every single day, you know, and I'm looking into this from a different angle. Like I was out, you know, Mississippi hitting up the stores, you know, showing them Sebastian's flyer, you know, asking if they had seen either one of the parents, you know, having them, you know, talk to their loss prevention people to go back in their footage if they see either one of the people, you know, the people that I think they need to focus on. But you know, at the end of the day, those are the people that have stayed in that area. So I'm just looking for them between the 26th through the 2nd. So I told them, I know you guys can't share the footage with me, but if you see these people on it, they took pictures and everything they needed to take. I said, if you see these people on this footage, please reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND. And so they took all the information. They took pictures of this, you know, the flyer. They took pictures of the phone number, and they took pictures of the parents. You know, so again, we are going to figure out. Hopefully, this will help them. We don't know what law enforcement has done. I can tell you when we were doing Summer Wells case, you know, with all those boots on the ground that were out in Summer Wells case, we found that the holler, the mountain on the other side, literally on the other side of Ben Hill Road, not one of their residents had ever been questioned by law enforcement before we got our boots on the ground out there. And that was with that was 6 months after Summer Wells went missing. And the stories that these neighbors told us, because they said the mountains, you know, they carry, you know, they can hear over what's going on this mountain over on their mountain. They absolutely can. They talked about the fights that Don and Candace would get into. They talked, I mean, they could hear, like, it's, sound travels, I don't know how, but it has something to do with the mountains and the all that stuff, you know? But either way, that's what's, you know, it's a little crazy. But they heard, you know? So I keep wondering, is there places, because this is Mississippi, this is a state that TBI would have literally no jurisdiction over. Would there be cooperation from law enforcement to law enforcement? Yeah. But would they thought to even look into that cooperation? You would think that they would. Especially if Chris's camper was here. But you know what? I'm starting to agree, you know, in part with a few of the people that have been emailing me. And they believe that Chris was staying at a completely different RV park. And he actually, because he had to go back and get his RV within that, you know, whatever, few days or whatnot. But people believe that Chris was at a different RV park than the Yogi Bear campground the night that Sebastian disappeared. Has anybody heard that? Does anybody know that? And if, that's right. That's what I needed to do. Why is it not letting me go? Hold on a second. I forgot to even grab that. Yes, Missy, I will drop it. I'm so sorry. I forgot all about that. I remember something going on with your mom, but I forgot what we had to, sorry about that. Yes. But it's going to be too late now because I didn't give it to my mods. So I've got to go back and find that email. I'm sorry I dropped the ball on you, Steve, but I did. I forgot all about that. I'm so sorry. So, and you can also post it on Bullhorn Betty Facebook as well. Just to let you know, you're more than welcome to post that on there. I'll approve it. I heard that in the beginning, Rosebud said. Who gifted 5 memberships? Did I miss somebody? Oh, IK3. Thank you, my love. God bless you. I appreciate that. Yes, I heard that too in the beginning. Okay, so everybody's been hearing that in the beginning. When did that change? No, it's not. It's actually, if you were watched from the beginning, which clearly you didn't, the whole shirt was explained, like in detail. There's a shirt Sonya made for me that says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. What do you mean? Is this why do you care if it's a Trump shirt? I like literally stream from the Trump venue, Scooter. So if my politics offends you in any way, there's no need to be here. Just saying. Lisa B. Always, I think CP was staying with family on weekends in February. Interesting. Well, we definitely know that there was something going on in this household. We've heard from you know, friends of friends that described Sebastian Rogers as not being himself leading up to his disappearance. They say that he's usually very talkative. I did inquire about what were their conversations, and they said mostly games. You know, a lot of his conversations with people were about games. Maybe that's what helped him, you know, break the ice with talking to new people, was if they had a common interest in games. So it sounds like that. So it did sound like Sebastian was under stresses. It sounds like there was things going on inside that home. We definitely heard from multiple neighbors that Chris and Katie's arguments have spilled out into the public eye in their community on multiple occasions. It sounds like around every 6 months. They've only been in the house for like a year and a half. A couple of those neighbors heard him telling her it's her son or him, and he storms off. Now we know that he didn't come back almost the entire week of February, or the entire month of February. He didn't come home. I heard it from Silver about a different campground. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'd like to explore that. We need to know what campground, because if he did the switcheroo, that might be key. You know, people are looking at Yogi Bear or around Yogi Bear, and it really needs to be around the other campground, because why would he make this sudden move? You know, I'm sorry, but Nick Bears can have his opinion that, you know, they may be very fully cooperative, but I'm sorry, they've lied through their teeth, and they're willing to lie to law enforcement. They're willing to lie under oath, in my opinion, because they're lying about me. So we all know, we've all seen what they are doing and what they are capable of doing. We've all heard Nina's interview. We have a good handle on who the Bowersox and the Proudfoots are, and they stink to high heaven. Okay, they seem like they try to bully people into submission, and when that doesn't work, they try to do underhanded court crap. It sounds like that's what they did in Nina's case. That's what they're doing here with me. But they just need it. They're gonna stew in their own mess over this. So I'm not even really too worried about it. But I'm not going to be a victim of their criminal activity. I'm just not going to be. And they are criminals. Okay, all 3 people that I know of right now in that family have recently committed at least Class A misdemeanors. Just saying. If she's trying to claim defamation, she's going to have to prove what you've said isn't true, which could bite her in the butt and expose more truth. Yeah, but you can't go a criminal route for a defamation lawsuit. They can clearly get an attorney and sue me in Florida if they feel I have defamed them so much so, more so than anybody else on this platform. But I think they've been their own worst enemy since the beginning of this case. Okay? So nobody has anybody to blame but themselves. Okay? I didn't tell them to disappear the kid. Okay? So, I don't know. Their kid is missing. They haven't been looking for him. They've never looked for him. And the lady ran away from home. Okay? I'm allowed to have any damn opinion I want on that. Okay? And at the end of the day, they're responsible. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This child was absolutely 100% dependent upon them, didn't have really a whole lot of outside influences. They kept him under lock and key because Chris is so damn controlling over every damn thing. You guys can see who the puppet master is. Katie's right there with him. Okay? Don't put anything past Katie. Katie's not this innocent little, oh my gosh, right? She's not. That lady looks down on law enforcement when she has to go into law enforcement's office. She thinks she's above the law. That's exactly what Katie Proudfoot thinks. She thinks she's absolutely 100% above the law, and the law does not apply to her. Thank you. We stand strong. Absolutely, we do. And you know what? At the end of the day, they're not going to shut me up. I have a constitutional rights. I have absolute rights, period. I have rights to film her house on public property. There ain't a damn thing she can do about it. She can't say squat. She's got her own video camera and video footage. She can proffer right to that court to show them how many times I went by that lady's house. I guarantee it. She ain't going to have it. The lady lied. The lady lied. And she's going to, I have a funny feeling. Everybody keeps calling this courthouse corrupt, and maybe they do some underhanded stuff. I don't know. But, you know, the law is clear on its face, and you can't even get this damn DA's office to arrest them, okay? To arrest them with this circumstantial shit. And they have less than that, because I've done nothing wrong. Do you honestly think that she's going to get a protective order? I mean, I want people to use some common sense here. If she does, I will be very shocked. Because at the end of the day, her stuff has to come up to legal, you know, it's got to be legally scrutinized. And she's not going to, the elements that she must prove have not been proven. Okay? At all. Period. I never heard Seth say that. Timu, what did Timu say? Seth said Sebastian kept a... That is absolutely untrue. Where did you hear that? Seth has never said that. Okay, Sandy, I haven't checked Gmail. Actually, it was really crazy because I'm a little sore right now because I ran back and forth in my car so many times. I was a half a mile down the road. It felt like it was 100 degrees out there. Good gracious. But, you know, this is my first rally after President Trump was almost assassinated, you know, and I was running out of juice, so I turned my phone off for a while because they told me I couldn't bring my battery in. And so I was talking to one of the members of Trump's team, and they said, oh, no, you can bring the battery. So then I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I'll make it. And, you know, the longer we waited, I don't know if it was the heat draining the phone or what, but the phone was draining. And so I'm like, the phone's not going to make it. The phone's not going to make it. And I just looked at him. I'm like, how? I said, does Trump think, like, how are our batteries? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, they told me I couldn't take my plastic little grocery bag in or my battery. And he's like, you can bring that in. I'm like, I can? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can I go back to my car, please? Because we're in the line. There's thousands of people behind us. You know, they're going to have to let me out of the gate and let me back through the back gate, you know, the back side of the gate to get back in my place in line. And so I'm like, they're Secret Service, man. I'm telling you, they told me I had 10 minutes. Well, no, this is the first time when I had to get there. They looked like they were opening the lines. And they're like, we're opening the lines. And then I'm like, oh. And he told me I couldn't have all this stuff. So I literally ran all the way back to my car. I literally cleared like a half a mile. Like I ran with all this heavy stuff in my hand. And then I found out I didn't need to do that. And so I walked back and retrieved it, but it was a little later. When I got back there from the first time, when I dropped it off, I was heaving it up. I looked at one of the Secret Service officers, and I'm like, is this what your training is like? I should be But the second time I walked back because I'm like, you guys really aren't opening the gates until 1. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I can have this stuff. Then yes, you can have this stuff. I'm going back to the car. Can you walk me back out? And he's like, yeah, I'll walk you back out. Come on. So I went back to the car and got my battery. I got one battery. I didn't bring the whole mother load. I usually bring 3 batteries in to make sure the whole front row. But we didn't have that many people there. I think we had like 7 front row Joes at this particular rally. So it really wasn't. I think we could have powered it, and Mike had his already, so we were good. So long story longer, I got my my battery. I got my cord, and I was able to finally power my phone back on. And I still hadn't checked the messages. And then of course in those arenas, there's literally, you know, I think there was like 8,000 some odd people inside, and there were a lot of people still outside of that arena in that baking, in that heat. There were some not fights, but there was definitely some disagreements with Trump's team and the university's administration or staff or security or whatever. Like it seemed like it got a little heated, and finally they ended up letting the people come in. But you know, it is what it is. I just thought it was interesting, not to go on at the tangent, but I just thought it was interesting that you know, when I heard that the state attorney, or the district attorney is going to be reviewing my channel, I'm just like, I hope he reviews. I just want to let you know we have a playlist. Just push play. Just push play. You know, just push play. We have an overlay if you're interested. You might want to check out the overlay. Okay. You might want to check out my commentary on the lights. You know, the moving of the lights. You might like that one, and you might like the one that the Liarfoot's one, one of the recent ones. You might want to look at that one too, Mr. DA. They're playing at usually judicial resources that could be going towards Sebastian on this nonsense, trying to shut me up from Florida. It ain't working. Actually, I think it did just the opposite. It just put the magnifying glass right back on them, which they didn't want to do. And now it's all over their local news, and now it's going to probably be picked up by national news. Next thing you know, I'm going to have Nancy Grace on the phone saying, hey, girl. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Right? These Proudfoots. She's going to be like, yeah, I know. They're stinky, aren't they? Yeah, they are. I tried to get him that polygraph. He wouldn't take it with me. Has he taken it? Do we know if Chris has taken it? Did he take anything? Did he clench his butt cheek? Did he clench his sphincter? Huh? I heard that helps throw the whole, you know, testing and stuff off. Clench your sphincter. Or accidentally say no and then mean yes and correct it. You know, I heard that throws that stuff off too. So I wonder if he saw it, because, you know, it was kind of funny because it even said when the article I was reading, follow these steps to pass with flying colors. Remember, he said, I passed with flying colors. I just thought it was a little coincidentally. That's all. That's all. I'm just saying. It seemed a little fishy. That's it. Seemed like he read that article. That's all I'm saying. Aw. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Michelle. One Bullhorn Betty membership. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Hey, Betty, I'm glad you are about Sebastian and trying your all to help find him. And I'm going to keep trying. My comment got deleted. I posted a comment with my Cash App, and it's not in the chat. Oh, you can't do that. You got to send that over to one of the mods. It won't post any link unless you're a mod or me. You can't post a link in the chat. It's not because I set it up that way. That's just how it is. Only mods and the owner of the account can put it in chat. So it's not getting deleted. It just won't. Or maybe no. So. Why is that person in here? Okay, you did hide them. Okay. So that's why, Missy. If you can, you can put it in the Facebook, or you can send it to one of my mods, and they can post it for you. But I would post it for you right now. The only way I can go get it is if I come off the, you know, pause this whole live and go get it and come back. So that's why I was saying that we're probably, I'm sorry about that. Because that's why I always say I send it to my mods, because that's who posts stuff for me when I'm live. Poor Sebastian had to live around that hate-filled. Yes, can you imagine? Can you imagine what that boy had to go through in that household? It is absolutely ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous. Because I haven't even laid eyes on these people. I haven't even had one single conversation with them. And you see the bullshit I got to go through. And their father-in-law stalked me for half an hour. And then tried to intimidate me. Like they're trying to do with court proceedings right now. I don't get intimidated. All it does is piss me off. All it does is piss me off. Pam, was it called? Something to do with 7 Mile RV Park. You know what? Why does that ring a bell? Huh. For all the people that don't like me eating in front of you, you might want to turn the channel. Because it's a working dinner. I think I've heard that before. But I don't know. They did this to themselves. They did. And they keep making themselves even look more and more guilty every single time we turn around. Like, just when you don't think these parents can look guiltier as sin than they do, they pull another rabbit out of their butt. I'm telling you, remember months ago I said the Proudfoots are the gift that keeps on giving because they just don't shut up. They just don't know. They're so adamant to be in control that they can't even control their own behavior when it's not good for them. They have to be, I don't know, they're idiots. That's all I can say. Every last one of them. And they don't care because maybe they don't have to deal with consequences in Tennessee. It doesn't seem like anybody has any consequences to deal with in Tennessee. None. I just think we need to find Sebastian. And of course, I did talk to my cousin. You know, my cousin was in the military for, well, I've got a lot of family that's been in the military, a lot of cousins that have been in the military, but this particular cousin, he was a sniper as well, and he actually had been assigned to other agencies before, rented out or something. I don't know if they do that, but apparently they do. But he's worked with or whatever. I don't know how that goes. You know, I don't know anything about that shit. I wasn't in the military. But anyways, he was telling me about the military and, you know, how they're in the Army, you know, what the Army would do. But when I told him that these were Navy parents, he immediately said water. Like the next thing out of his mouth was water. And so I really think we need to be looking at, I mean, he was gone 17 hours. We don't know where he went. We don't know if he had cash on him. We don't know if he rented a boat for cash. We don't know if he was driving. We know he was driving. There's no way that little camper took freaking 10 hours to pack up and get, you know, there's literally no possible way. Just, that is absolutely ludicrous to take 17 hours. 17 hours. You know? It just doesn't even sound right. It doesn't sound right. 17 hours. So, and not only that, but I can tell you, I don't know of any step-parent, any good step-parent, let me put it out like that, any good step-parent that would ever leave, under any circumstance, their wife to deal with a missing child. You know, he'll deal, you know, most people are like me. I'll deal with that later, right? I'll deal with the camper later. And then if anybody calls and harasses, it's like, hey, look, boss man, I got a missing kid. Do what you need to do with the trailer. I will deal with it later. You know? Because that was his thing. The boss man wanted him to, right? Oh, IK3, it says, Betty, you said in several previous chats that you would talk directly with the Proudfoots and would not let anyone in your chat harass or disrespect them. I absolutely did. I've given them public opportunity to come on this channel. I didn't reach out to them by email or phone or anything else, but I did state on this channel, just like I'm talking right now, that after Seth's interview, that I would show them the same exact respect that I showed Seth Rogers on when I interview them, if they want to have their side of their story, but they chicken shit. They don't want, they refuse to talk to me, right? And I have never pushed them. Okay, right? I've never knocked on their door. I never cornered them at a store. I've never looked at them before in the parking lot. You know, I did my job. I have a very limited time when I go to Tennessee because at the end of the day, the time I went there, we had to go, Layla Santinello's 1 year, you know, milestone of her being missing was going on as well. And then I had to be in Virginia. So I had like literally limited days. I think I was there for maybe 3 or 4 days. That's it. Hardly a pattern. It was a job. You know, this is my job. I cover cases. I don't bother anybody and I talk to people that are willing to talk to me. It's pretty simple. Betty, I sent you a clip of the asshole clearly saying, if you come back down there, you better... Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. I also want to get the clip of Cluminati saying she's going to hit me in my face. You know? But, hey. I think that was removed off a certain person's video. How long is it from Hendersonville to Louisiana or Florida? I know that it takes me about 13 hours to get there, or something like that from Florida. If I remember correctly, didn't they ask people to look for... Yes, they did. They asked for them to look for him. I've never spoke to anybody that has not wanted to speak to me or has reached out to me that was not scheduled to speak with me prior to me coming into the area. Period. Nothing. So... Sadly, I think it's because they don't think their son's case is anyone's business on YouTube. I don't believe that. Because they came to YouTube for help. Dum-dum. No offense, Summers Army. I'm having a rough day. I'm having a rough day, but I don't like hearing that, you know. They came to YouTube asking for people to keep his name out there, to keep looking, even try to proclaim those things when they weren't even doing it after they blocked their whole entire Facebook down. I'm sorry, Summers Army. I don't really give a rat's ass. If it's upsetting to you about my commentary or anything else, you know, or you think it's nobody's business, why are you here? You know? It's a legitimate question. It really is. I've said that for months. Nobody has ever done anything to those people or even seen them. They've lied about everything. I guarantee that they've lied about the harassment that they've underwent. You know, at the end of the day, at that bike shop, that was posted. We got that secondhand, thirdhand, the barbecue stuff. That was posted. I literally have had one person that had driven by that on their way to work and reached out to me. And of course, yeah, you know, they want to send me some videos. Send me some videos. I'd like to see where those cars are. Are those cars moving or not? She's on a public roadway. It was right there at the roadway where she could literally drive by and have her phone up. It didn't bother nobody. It's not stalking somebody, and she sent me the videos, and I have every right to receive them. And as press, I do not have to reveal my sources, and I will not. So I'm sorry, but I have a right to investigate lawfully for my own content, and there's not a thing that they can do about it. And if my content is so harassing to them, they don't have to watch it. Just saying. They're watching it for a reason. Just saying. But I don't really care. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm doing just fine. I think this is BS. I think they're a freaking joke. I think they're a laughingstock of their community. I think they're a laughingstock of YouTube. I think they're desperate people willing to do desperate things to try to contain this stuff. At the end of the day, the parents stink to high heaven, and this boy didn't know a whole lot of people. Okay? He went to bed in his own bed, according to his mother, with his mother in the house, and her alone, in a locked home. And apparently, he disintegrated into thin air because he didn't walk out the door, and the house was completely locked. Katie has some explaining to do, and so does Chris Proudfoot. God bless.